Hi, I'm Tony Fair, founder of Victorian Grooming Company. Is your beard feeling dry or the skin underneath itchy? Maybe you'd rather soften and tame your beard instead. Our classic collection of beard oils, balms, and soaps will leave your beard looking, feeling, and smelling amazing. And if you prefer shaving, our pre-shave oils and shave soaps will give you a smooth and razor burn-free shave. Handmade in Edmonton with natural ingredients. Visit victoriangrooming.com.
Up his ass, blood is oozing from the gash. Everybody sees and everybody knows. I can't stop laughing. You're an asshole. You're an asshole. Around with a puffed up chest, man on a mission, better than the rest. Chief of the tribe, leader of the trolls. I can't stop laughing. You're an asshole. You're an asshole.
Hi Colin, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Great to finally get you here, and this will be my last podcast here in this little studio apartment.
I feel honored.
Yeah,
to be your last one in this cool little
music.
I've been impressed
actors.
by all your podcasts and who you've talked to. Like, wow, I need to get on there.
So you've just come back from a jam. So Doppler Drive's your new band.
Yeah, it's not new anymore. Maybe.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think time flies, and I think it's already been a year since.
Yeah, right.
That's been going, right?
New EP coming out this year as well.
Yeah, that was in August. You know, I think we wanted to get an EPO just to, get ourselves out there. I think we want to do a full album 2024.
All right.
But for now, I think, just to give a taste, EPs or albums take a long time.
Yeah.
Right? A quick EP with 3 to 4 songs is fairly quick.
How long did it take you to do?
But yeah, it did take some time because of
Even 3
schedules.
songs is...
Yeah, even 3 songs takes
Yeah.
months. And you start recording, someone's got to take a break to go somewhere, or I can't make it this week, or I got this meeting, and it happens.
Yeah.
It's the expat life.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 songs, and they're songs that we've played a lot, so we felt those were the ones we should put on first, and then when we do an album, we'll have a whole bunch of new songs.
And what my first question was going to be is like, and I don't think I've ever asked it, like, how do you go into a jam?
For the rehearsal?
Yeah.
I think we just, for tonight, we just, okay, what songs do we need to work on? We haven't played one. We have like a bunch that sometimes you forget about. Oh, yeah. Forget about that. I mean, I'm sure it happens to you as well.
Yeah.
That you went, hey, Josh, like, remember that song? Oh, yeah. Right. So we just went over a couple of old ones. These days, it's all, we want to write new stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. So with the intention to do like a full album, okay, let's keep writing. Like even tonight, we jammed a song that just came out.
Just with the riff, or
Nijat started a riff, and then I started playing the bass along, and then Loice came in with the drums, and then I started singing just random, like I don't know what I'm singing and stuff, and then Nijat, oh wow, that's cool. I recorded it, and I'll take it home, and I just
magic.
Put it in my head and let it go, right?
And that's so powerful about music. You can just go in there, come up with an idea.
Well, I might have sometimes I might have an idea of a lyric, something catchy, and start kind of like talking about it, and then it just happens.
Does it always happen like that with jams, or does it depend like what's coming up, like with touring or playing shows?
Yeah, I think it happens anyway. I might have a bass line I think is cool, or I think even last week Loice started a drum beat and I started playing bass. Hey, that sounds cool. Like, and then Nijat would join in with a guitar riff, and hey, that's a song.
You've got some pretty talented musicians in this band, Doppler Drive.
Indeed.
You picked very well.
Wow, it was weird how it came about. Because Loice wasn't the first drummer. Loice was the second drummer that joined.
Yeah, right.
We started off with a different drummer, but just things weren't clicking, or didn't have the time. So I said, okay, no worries, there's no time, or you don't want to rehearse every week, whatever. That's fine. We're just no hard feelings, and we just move on, right?
Yeah.
But the musicians in Shanghai, there's not as many as there used to be.
No.
You know what I mean? So you find someone who's good to begin with, and who you click with. Like the 3 of us get along. Like it's a good mix of personalities, and everyone. I think that's the biggest thing in a band, is make sure you get along first.
Yeah,
it looks like you and Josh are like best mates. And,
right? It's been a while now. Yeah.
I can tell by when I see your shows and your pre-video banter.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So those guys are when you found a good bandmate, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And you hang out,
Yeah.
That's one thing we're guilty of right now, is not hanging out enough.
Oh.
We jam once a week, and then we have shows.
Go separate ways.
But we know we want to.
Mm.
Just Nijat, plays at the chair club, lots of things, and Loice says, he's taking some classes, and I'm at work myself.
But it's been really difficult, for the Shanghai music scene, like. When I first come here, it was 2019, and it was booming. Like the whole city has had to recover from the 2 lockdowns. So especially the music scene, locking down all the venues. A lot of the foreigners left because of what happened. So yeah, I think it's tough, but I think that it's
coming. It's coming back. I mean, like we were talking about earlier about Harley's opening back up.
Yes.
When I first came here. We were talking about the music in 2019. I came in 2011. It was happening.
Yes.
There was lots more bars to play. There's lots of bands. It was good.
2011. And I keep saying it all the time, but the people that come in here are saying that Shanghai was the Wild West at that time. Very loose. Lots of music and entertainment, and
there's lots of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, there's been bands that come and go, but there's some bands the same. Like Round Eye has been here forever.
Yeah.
I think they're one of the hardest working bands in the city.
They're traveling everywhere.
So I give my hats off to those guys that like Chachi, or that's his name.
Yes.
Sorry, I know him as Craig as well, as like your name.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys work hard, right?
Really hard.
Yeah. And they stuck around through all the tough times, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So how was that for you? Like, everybody's went through it and everyone has their opinions, but for you, talk a little bit about, did you stay here in China? Did you go back home?
Well, are you talking about COVID?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was here. I was locked down. I mean, my wife and my oldest daughter got out just to get her, she graduated. That was a shit show itself with graduation, not having a proper graduation. So they went home to Canada just to get out. And I stayed back with my other daughter, who was still in school. Yeah, it was definitely, and no music and jamming on the balcony
Yeah.
to the neighbors.
Yeah.
So.
Did it give you like okay, we've been in lockdown for this period, so when we get out, like we talked before, let's go on holidays.
Yeah, well, like I said, when the first opportunity we had to go home, we're gone, right? Because I think it was 3 summers in a row staying in Shanghai. I mean, you love Shanghai, but you need to change, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So when we had the opportunity, I'm gone.
So I want to get back to the EP. I've had to listen to it a few times over the last week. The riffs.
The riffs are good.
The riffs. Yeah. For you guys all coming in together to form this band, how was it to write a song? Is it just like you're doing when you're jamming?
Yeah, it was just because originally we met Nijat, because he was a Foo Fighters fan. And I had the Foo Fighters, the Faux Fighters tribute that I was doing for a bit, just for fun, because I'm a big fan and I loved it. And I needed a guitar player, and I think it was radio. I said, "Oh, you should talk to this guy named Nijat." I was okay. So we chatted him and connected. He said, "Oh yeah, love it." And we said, "Do you want to join the tribute band, right? And we'll get a drummer and we'll keep going." He joined, and we played a couple gigs just for fun, because he loves Foo Fighters as much as I do.
Right.
So we played a couple gigs around Shanghai, and then we said, then one practice, I think we were at YYT Studio, and he just started playing this riff. I think it was the first song on the EP. Am I allowed to swear on this?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
The song called "Asshole." not that it's really a swear word, but
yeah.
He did that riff, and I started jamming the riff, and then some lyrics came out, and that was the first song, right?
Pick from the 3. That's, for me, that stands out.
Yeah. From
the EP, really catchy. Yeah.
Yeah. I wrote about someone who I work with that I didn't really like. It came easy.
Yeah. But where are you drawing your lyrics from?
I was just thinking the other day, just about life experiences. People you meet, people you talk to.
Do you write? Is it stories, or
Sometimes stories, and like Axxhole is about a person that just ticked me off at work, and just like it's simple. It just came easy.
Yeah.
I was just mad one day,
right?
And he pissed me off.
Yeah.
I said,
and the music,
asshole.
The music just complements that whole.
Of course. And
yeah.
Even when we were in the justice, should we use asshole? Well, it's rock and roll.
Yeah.
Of course we can use asshole, right? It's not that bad of a swear word. Right? So there it came out that way. So
you did your EP launch. Was it August?
Yeah, it was August. I went home in June, so we did something in June before I went. And
right.
Then it was released in August. And I said to Nijat, I said, "Well, we're kind of playing it before it's ready, but it's okay. Everyone knew." So. And
how's the fans been reacting to it?
Yeah, it's good feedback.
Yeah,
everyone likes it. Like you say, it's catchy. It makes me happy when people like it, and people say, "Yeah, it's catchy stuff. Good."
Yeah. And I mentioned that because you've been here for such a long time. So let's go back to the Faux Fighters. How did that all come about? Because it's been around for a long time, right?
Yeah, that was with the Faux Fighters. That was the Halloween tribute.
Right.
Back in 2018.
Got
And
it.
I was with a drummer named Tyler Boa who left. He was organized, I think, before Morgan took over.
Right.
And I just said to him, I texted, hey man, would you want to play drums for, hey, can I get anything on the tribute? Because I'd never played it all those years. I heard about it, but I never had a band that. I said, well, would you want to play Foo Fighters with me? He said, yeah, that'd be great. And the guys I had a band, original band that was just starting to develop, and I said, hey, his name was Sly, he was a Moroccan, he left, and I was on bass, and then we had a guy named JP, who also left. Hey, want to make a Foo Fighters tribute band for the Halloween thing? Yeah, that'd be great. We jammed and got all these songs and played it. I said, that was really good. I said, actually, we should, keep doing it.
Yeah.
Maybe tour.
Yeah.
And we did. We ended up touring down to Hong Kong.
Japan?
Macau. Japan, no. I wanted to.
Okay.
That was on the list. So it was Hong Kong and it was Macau. And then we went to Korea.
Right.
We did the whole Korean kind of thing.
Yeah.
The Jeju
What was that
Island.
experience like?
That was fun.
Yeah. I like Korea as well. That's
yeah,
great.
I mean, Seoul was great. Jeju Island was great. Yeah, we had.
And how did they react to that?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah?
Every place was full.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and just popping. So it was a great experience.
Yeah, right. And then you tried to continue it on and just...
well, when you can't tour, you can't play tribute like every week in Shanghai.
Yeah.
It doesn't... It gets boring.
Yeah.
If you do the same... Like, cover bands are great. But after a while, you're playing the same band, like a tribute, then it's going to get...
And that's a lot of work as well. Like, especially for that Halloween, I see... how much time and effort the bands and the musicians
there's a lot of work that goes in.
Just for one show.
One show. That's what I thought, there's so much work put into this for one show. Why don't we keep doing a few shows and then we'll tour and see what happens, right? And I'm a big Dave Grohl fan.
Yeah.
So
tell us about your love for the Foo Fighters. I mean, I know how passionate you are.
Yeah, I've listened to him when Nirvana, Kurt Cobain died, and then
right.
Dave formed the Foo Fighters, and the first album he made it all by himself.
Yeah.
It's definitely, it's inspiring, right? And the fact that he's really nice person, right? You see him doing charity, you see him doing all these things for other people.
Yeah.
And he's always jamming with other bands.
Everywhere. I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's producing, maybe he was just... Anthrax, they're in the studio.
Oh.
I don't know if he's producing it, but he's in every photo that they're doing.
He does a lot of producing, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I think he's just a genuine good person and rock and roll, and it's inspiring, right?
Yeah, very inspiring. I saw his interview when he was with Lemmy. He loved Lemmy.
Yes.
Just talking about, he's just a guy that just wants to play music.
He wants to have fun. I mean, obviously, he loves it. They're touring. Then the drummer died, and he gets a new drummer. That was
Have you seen them since Taylor Hawkins passed away?
Yes, I saw them in Ottawa this summer.
Right.
And this is the first time I saw the Foo Fighters in all my time, because I had booked it in Montreal before COVID, and that was canceled. So then finally, I saw the tickets on sale again for this summer in Ottawa. I said to my wife, Tara, "Can we please go?"
Yeah.
Right. I'll fly because and my home is like maybe an hour flight away. I said, I don't care where they are in the world. I'm going to see them. Right. So it was great.
Yeah.
I got up as far as I could to the stage, and then it was good. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I can't even describe it.
The one thing that I liked about the Foo Fighters is, especially when in Australia, they started at the clubs.
Yeah.
And then the next time they'd come, it'd be a little bit bigger, it'd be arenas, stadiums. Just every time they used to come out and tour for the album, they'd just be a little bit bigger. Now they're biggest bands in the world. Arguably one of the biggest bands in the world.
I would say. But I don't think Chinese are onto them as much as I thought they'd be.
Such a shame.
I mean, if you say Nirvana, everyone's like, woo!
Yeah.
Right? Even you say Metallica, like, I know you're a big Metallica fan.
Yeah.
Woo! People here, the Chinese love that. But Foo Fighters, I don't think they're there yet.
Don't know why.
I don't know. I'm not sure why. But Japan?
Oh, massive.
Big.
Yeah.
Like even in Thailand, I was meant to tour Thailand just before COVID. I had dates set up in Bangkok and Chiang Mai and Phuket. That was going to be the next tour, and then COVID happened. So
Yeah, right.
So,
Tragedy about Taylor Hawkins, but I am interested to see with the new drummer how
he's amazing. Josh Freese, you know Josh played the Vandals.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's one thing I do know about him.
Right.
But I see him play. And,
But either way, if you're going to be drumming for the Foo Fighters and Dave Grohl's the lead guitarist, singer, you want to be a good drummer.
Yeah, you want to have skills.
You want to be good, yeah.
Skills,
Yeah. So let's go back even further. So did you say that you were from Montreal?
No, I'm from Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia, right?
I say Halifax.
Yes.
Because that's the biggest city. And if I say I'm from a small town Kempville, people wouldn't know, right?
Yeah,
I can tell by looking at your face.
Go Halifax.
If I say Halifax, which is it's fine. Do know the city, but it's only an hour away from my home, so it's not big. It's not like I'm not really lying.
Were your parents big musicians?
My dad's a drummer.
Right.
He was a drummer and also a singer.
Yeah.
So when I was, wee high, he had a drum set. I always go and bang on it.
Yeah.
And then everyone said, "What?" Says to me now, "Why you're not a drummer?" So I don't know. Just fell in love with the bass, and I'd always go down to the basement where Dad was jamming with his band. I was always watching, and
what style was it?
It was country rock.
Oh yeah.
The stuff I didn't want to play, but
yeah,
it was fun as a kid. It was like, yeah. I mean, my dad's.
Did he teach you how to play? Or?
A little bit, But Dad loves the Beatles,
right?
So he would play some Beatles songs, or they would play some Elvis.
Yeah.
So I was being a young kid, trying to sneak my dad's beer. And then just watching it, and then I don't know what it was about the bass. It was just cool. It was just boom, boom, boom. So,
yeah. Who were your bass influences like at that early stage? Oh
gosh, so many.
Was Rush or was that too heavy for you at the time?
No, Rush was good. I mean, I guess growing up it's normally rock and roll. I guess.
Yeah.
My dad's a big influence, so he had the Beatles on, or he had Elvis on, or so many bands. There's so much to talk.
So you were learning like Beatles and
I learned some Beatles.
Yeah.
I learned some Elvis. I mean, it's pretty. Now I think, it's pretty easy stuff, but there's some good grooves. I think with bass, it's all with the groove.
Yes, keeping that rhythm.
Keeping the rhythm, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a fancy bass player. I just, especially in a 3-piece band, I'm just holding it together and trying to sing at the same time.
That's right. Bass is so important, especially if you're playing rock and roll, and you've got a guy like the guitarist in Doppler Drive. He's like doing all these riffs, so you've got to hold that.
Just holding it together. Even tonight, I said, we're trying some riff. I said, I don't think I can play that riff and sing the melody at the same time, so maybe I'll have to simplify it. And we all work together. Yeah, it just, it made it much easier for me.
Yeah.
Phew.
And did you have bands in Halifax, like in high school?
All the bands, all the bands are home.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about Australia, but all the bands are home were all cover bands.
Yeah,
they were.
Yeah.
That's how you play. Like I said to the guys, don't ever make me play Sweet Home Alabama. Please don't, or that, or Hotel California.
Right.
Please don't make me play those songs.
Yeah.
Right.
They flogged on the radio.
But I was growing up, I was playing like some of the band was Guns N' Roses.
Yes.
And those kinds of bands that, because I grew up in the 80s.
Yeah.
And then when Guns N' Roses came out with Sweet Child of Mine, like everybody was going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember playing that song in high school in front of a whole bunch of, at assembly, and kids were going crazy. And then Nirvana came out later on after that, so we were all playing. So I'm like, I'm in the 80s, early 90s kind of, that's what I listened to.
First concert that you went to?
Nickelback came.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Nickelback.
When
they first came out,
I saw them too.
I like them. Now they're not very popular.
I
don't know what happened.
I just think that every song towards the end just sounded the same.
Yeah, I mean,
very.
When they first came out with
that Brown cover album.
Yeah,
the riffs on that album were awesome. Yeah,
but there was a lot of bands that come to smaller clubs in Canada. I would go to see. I mean, going to Halifax was a bigger deal back then.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's interesting.
I think,
Nickelback.
from Canada, I'm a big Chudgely Hip.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's like Grant at the Pearl.
Yeah.
That's his favorite band.
Yeah, they were. I mean, in cover bands, you play a lot of hip.
Right.
You play, Bryan Adams.
Yes.
Those kinds of stuff.
Oh, he's huge in Australia. He's still huge in Australia.
That's what people at clubs want to hear. Back then. But there's so many bands back then that you cover and people go crazy.
Yeah.
So even think about playing your own stuff wouldn't happen.
Right.
And he's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Sweet Home Alabama, please.
You got to go always back to the classic.
I call them all, and then I say all the Toothless Wonders come out.
Right.
Where's that song? Yeah, those are the days. So even when I go home now, I go to a club and, geez, the same people are here.
Shouting out the same song.
Yeah.
Why China?
That's a good question because I've been in China since 2006 actually.
It's a long time.
It was Dalian first. Northeast, and then Shanghai 2011. I don't know. I think back then we just wanted some adventure.
Yeah,
we were getting into teaching.
Well, you found the right spot for an adventure.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny when you say that because when we told people we're moving to China, and we had two small girls, like 1 year old, 2 year old, and people think, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you going to China? Why are you leaving here?
Yeah.
Some people couldn't understand what we're doing, right? We're going to have an adventure and abroad and travel and see the world because, you come from a small town, you get that small town mentality.
Oh, yes.
I think so, People don't realize that there's more out there than just your town or whatever.
They just see that what's on the news and they just believe in that. So
I think nowadays people are more open. But back when people were more, I wouldn't say closed-minded, just you need to get out more and see the world.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people they just don't. Some people just don't travel.
Traveling, I couldn't live life without traveling.
Yeah,
right. People have stereotypes of what they think.
That's right. Yeah.
A place and everyone, even with COVID, why are you still there? Why are you still there?
Yeah,
it's tough, and trust me, we all thought about leaving, like others did, but stuck it out, and then you think now it's like it didn't even happen.
Yeah,
right.
It's getting back to normal. And Shanghai is an amazing, amazing city. I don't care what anybody says.
There's lots happening.
Yeah. It's a place of opportunity. Like if you have an idea, just go out and do it.
Even playing like shows here, like the production that they have in some of the clubs. Like in Canada, when I'm playing gigs,
bring your own.
I'm bringing my stuff. Bringing the truck, loading the gear into the place, setting it all up.
Exactly.
Playing your show and then taking it all apart and then putting it back in your basement.
Yeah.
That was hard.
Yeah, it is.
Wow,
I had a Marshall stack and a quad.
I was the guy that had all the. I was the guy that had all the equipment, all the bass bands, and the mixing board, and then
I got the van or
I had the
bus,
truck, and we loaded up the truck, and then go to the gig and unload it, and then test the sound. Something's wrong. There's no
hard work. And
if you had sound man, it means you had money. We had no money.
Yeah,
we're making lucky, like $100 each.
Yeah. So just to get back, was it a good music scene in Halifax?
Sloan's a big one.
I've heard the name.
Yeah, I'm guilty now of being so much out of touch with what's going on.
Yeah, the music scene.
You have the Celtic stuff that's big.
Right.
Back then, Great Big Sea.
Oh, okay.
Is a big one from the East Coast. That's where I'm from. The rock and roll is not as.
If you want to make it big, you want to.
Well, yeah, we had the East Coast Music Awards.
Right.
We were being in bands. Okay, I'm gonna play some original stuff and go. And we had these, all night 72-hour jam you go to, and hoping that someone would see you and someone, because I had an original band. It's difficult. Difficult to get signed or
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, I'm gonna move to China and get signed and all that stuff, and then here we are. Right.
So when you first come, you said you were married there with two kids.
Yeah, my wife.
That's a big Big move. I mean, like even the people that were saying like that's a big move. So, what you said you were teachers there? Or
We actually worked for Michelin tires.
Oh, right.
And then my wife got into teaching.
Right.
And then did her ed degree and stuff. And then I worked at Michelin. And then we decided to give it all up, pack our bags, because we thought, okay, well, we need to change. We need to do something. We thought about Alberta because, you know, there's lots of jobs in Alberta and stuff. Yes. And then we said, well, if we're going to go to Alberta, we might as well keep going.
Yeah.
And because I had some good friends that were in Dalian, came up to my place for a party, a barbecue. Oh, you guys should come and teach in Dalian. I said, where is that? It's in China. What? China?
Yeah.
So kind of talked a bit about it, you know, a couple months, looked at the place, looked at the school, and then my wife was offered a contract, and we had like 72 hours to decide. I said, what are we doing? Are we going?
Yeah.
I think my wife will say that I'm the one that pushes to go.
Right.
She was right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was your first impressions of Dalian?
Gosh, the first, you know, extreme culture shock.
Yeah.
You know,
so no Chinese, you couldn't speak the language?
No, not at all.
Right.
Not at all. So yeah, it was a culture shock. You know, you get homesick, and then, you know, trying to call home and figure out how to call home.
Right.
And then, the funniest thing is, this is a story I actually tell my students. We had this, looks like a small oven.
Yeah.
I was trying to make something for the girl. I can't remember what it was in the oven. Oh, chicken nuggets.
Right.
I found this grocery store and with chicken nuggets and some groceries. So we bought the chicken nuggets and got them home and put them in this, what I thought was an oven. And turned it on and like, okay, it says 30 minutes, 40 minutes. I should cook it because they're almost, you know, pre-cooked kind of thing.
Yeah.
I come back 30 minutes later, ding. Open up, it's still cold. What the heck? So I turn on another 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Come back, ding, cold. And then the IE who came in and started laughing. I said, what? And she was texting my friend, a Chinese friend. She texted me back, said, you're trying to cook chicken nuggets in a dish dryer. You know, they have these things that they draw the dishes in.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a toaster oven. So,
welcome to China.
Yeah, welcome to China. I'm like, damn, this sucks.
Yeah.
Right?
I want to go home.
Yeah, I want to go home. I want to have chicken nuggets, cold chicken nuggets, and the girls, you know, I'm hungry. You know.
So, what was the first thing when you come to China? Was it to start your job? Was it to learn Chinese?
I think the job.
Yeah, get a job
first.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you didn't have a job before you?
I didn't have a job.
Wow.
I decided I would come, and I said okay. And then my friend said, "Oh yeah, you can tutor and you can do. There's lots of jobs." And I got lots of jobs. I tutored like crazy. I was teaching all these different schools and traveling. And then I said, you know, this is crazy. I'm going from place to place to place to place all day long. And then I had to get someone to watch my kids. So I decided I would you know, I had a bachelor's degree from here, and I said I need to get my ed degree. So I took online courses, stuff like that, got it, and then got better jobs at one school, and then finally at the same school as my wife teaching English.
Nice.
And I did that for years, and then we decided we need to make a change, right? Because the girls, you know, were in Chinese school. Their Chinese was actually better than English.
Wow.
I said, well, this is great, but we need to
English.
Make a move, right? So we started looking at different places, and Shanghai was one of the places that we my wife did an interview with, and then Guangzhou was another place. And we decided to come to Shanghai, and the rest is history.
I think you made the right choice, right?
Yeah. Okay, I moved to Shanghai. As far as music goes, you know, I was on all these kind of like, I didn't have WeChat back then. It was all these, I don't know, it was QQ or, you know, you try to look for forums online, and I found one guy from Spain. His name was David, and we formed Limousine back then. Right. And that was like from 2011 to like 2016, 5 years, at least 5 years.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, we played a lot, and like I say, we were talking about playing Harleys and
Cotton Club.
Cotton Club, no, that was more jazz. So we
right.
So we did like YYT, Harley's. There was lots more clubs back then too, right? Gosh, so many more clubs. Yeah.
Was it YYT back then?
YYT's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
And then they made YYT Park and later.
Loafers?
Yeah, Loice was there. But before Loice, there was
Mal Livehouse.
Mal Livehouse I played before many times.
Yeah.
That's another story. But Mal Livehouse. Vaz Livehouse? It's a new one. It wasn't around back then.
I saw a video of that one. What was that like?
That was I never knew about the venue, and then we were invited to play, and it was like, wow, this is a big place.
Yeah, the big screen at the back. Yeah,
it was amazing. Yeah, that wasn't there back in 2011 though. So many, like I said, so many clubs, and bars have.
Oh, of course.
Gone.
The COVID, 7 or 8 months of not having income. That was super tough.
I felt bad for those places, you know.
Yeah.
That's all. And when they're relying on revenue from shows and.
Limousine. Tell me about Limousine. I don't know too much about it. I've heard that.
Yeah, that was. I think it was a good band. I mean, it was
a couple of expats.
Yeah, we're all expats.
Yeah.
One drummer was from the UK. David was from Spain, and then Corin from Scotland. I think he's still around in Shanghai.
You just met on WeChat or something like that?
It wasn't WeChat back then. It was just I can't remember what form was online.
Right.
Was, whether it's Shanghai Expat, Wanted or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't actually remember.
Right.
It seems like a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, we played for five years.
It's a long time.
I think we.
So you bring some
three albums.
Yeah, that's amazing.
3 albums. Yeah.
And what style was it? It was like your grunge rock sort of stuff.
I think it was more mainstream rock.
Mainstream rock.
It wasn't grunge.
You were singing?
No, I wasn't actually.
Okay.
I think that's what happened is David, who was singing, I was doing some backup. He started, it was time for him to go. I thought, okay, we'll get another singer. We had another singer. His name was Mark. You know Mark.
Yeah.
He sang for a bit with us.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but it wasn't really his thing because he has his own, he has his solo gigs and stuff. And now he moved back to the U.S.
He's back at the pool.
I heard he
last week.
But I know he left for Chicago.
Yeah.
Mark sang with us he's a cool guy.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I'll have to listen to his podcast and see if he mentioned.
Yeah, I don't think it was only for a short time. And he just said, sorry, called.
Not his style.
It's not my thing. And you guys are great, but I have my own thing. I have my gigs. I understand.
Yeah,
he's a working musician, and I wish I was, but we have family and stuff to take care of. So Mark sang for a bit, and I thought, you know what, I should just do it. So I did it for a bit, but then. I don't know. It just wasn't the same. Not because I was singing. Just that when you lose a bunch of the members that started, it feels different.
Yeah.
So I just said enough, and then took a break, and then came back with the Faux Fighter stuff, right?
And that when was Foo Fighters? When did that?
That was like 2018. So I think Limousine. I said 2017 beginning. I said okay, that's enough. I tried singing for a bit. But I wasn't moving forward. I thought, it's cool. We had a good run, and I'm just gonna take a break. And then I think I just want to take a break from all the original stuff and just I just want to do something that's I don't know to think about. Foo Fighters is cool, and then the Halloween thing was coming. Yeah. So that took over for a bit, right?
So that's when I met you for the first time because I come to Shanghai 2019 January 1st, but I was coming to Shanghai for work, so. But I remember seeing the Faux Fighters, but I remember you for more than Trash Panda.
Trash Panda was.
How did that all?
Because those guys were helping with the Foo
Fighters, right?
It was COVID. We just decided that okay, we can't play Foo Fighters every week in Shanghai. I guess I said earlier, and then I said, well, let's make something. Let's do something original, right? So, and then Jack had joined us because Jack had helped. I said, when JP had left, the guitar player from the Faux Fighters, I asked Iñaki, do you know anyone else? And they said, oh yeah, this Jack is cool. He's got this band. We asked Iñaki, we knew Jack. I said, could you?
But you guys had a real good run with Trash Panda.
I thought it was good. I thought when the Faux Fighters, was too much.
Yeah.
And not being able to travel, I said, let's write some songs. And we wrote a few songs, and it came quickly. And those guys are great musicians.
Yeah.
As well, right? So
they take it real serious.
Yeah, they're good. They're good.
Yeah.
And I played with Iñaki and Max a long time, and they were great friends, right? And Jack was cool. He was a great songwriter. We played around. Never really traveled that much though, outside of Shanghai.
Just played all shows local.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone was busy again.
It was in that COVID, wasn't it the lockdown period as well? So it was also pretty tough.
So it wasn't much traveling.
Yeah.
And I think I did Ramones with them.
Yeah.
Fun. But then I guess what happened is you get different interests like rock and roll. And I think the guys are like the punk more.
They loved it, really hard.
And I wanted to sing, and Jack was a singer, so I think after a while it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a singer. I'm not the bass player in the back anymore. I don't want to be, right?
Yeah, that was a shame when I heard that you'd left, because I really did think you had a good thing going, but you're right.
I thought it was unique because we had, in a band we have two singers.
Yeah.
No band in Shanghai has two singers.
Yeah.
That I know of. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought it was unique, something different. That okay, we'll sing some of my songs. Well, not my songs, but our songs. And Jack sings a song. But I don't know.
Musical clash.
I think it's a musical class. Yeah. And I wasn't into the punk as much as they were, and we just met one night and saying, it's not working out. And I said, good.
Yeah.
And they offered to help me if I wanted to do Faux Fighters, which was nice.
Yeah.
But no hard feelings or anything. This just didn't jive.
Yeah. So you went with Doppler Drive.
Doppler Drive. Yeah. I said, I met the Faux Fighters thing. We played a couple of Faux Fighters shows just for fun, and then we started writing originals.
Yeah.
So,
but they kept going, right? They got a new bass player, didn't they?
Yeah, didn't I think Morgan from Spectres play bass?
There you go.
Right, and better fit, nice guy.
Yeah, and that's what I found funny. And no disrespect, but their final show was the same night as your EP launch. I was like, why?
That's okay.
Well,
it happens.
I wanted to go to both. I couldn't go to both, so. Was that just a?
I have no idea. You know what? It's probably just
clash of times.
Yeah. We don't talk. We didn't talk anymore after. Not because I didn't want to. Just I've got my own things to do. I'm sure they have their own things.
Yeah.
We never talk. Okay, I'm gonna do EP launch here. And you're gonna. There's no ever.
There's
no communication. Not because I didn't want to. It just didn't happen.
Yeah.
So,
what do you think of the Shanghai music scene, like right now?
I have mixed feelings.
Why is that?
Because like you said last night, you went to Harley's and it was the opening night.
Yeah, it was dead.
And it was dead. So
yeah.
That to me doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Three pretty well known bands in Shanghai at the moment. It was Siren and Hog Chokers. That should fill that.
When I saw you guys playing, I wanted to go, but I had plans with the wife. And I knew Hog Choker Simon, who I work with.
Yeah.
A great friend. And I saw some other bands playing at Huawei T. Burley Quay was playing.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes since there's not that many bands anymore, there's a lot of competition to get to the spots, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's tough. I think the music scene, right now is a bit tough. Because it's just to come back. Yeah, I think too. I mean, when I play a show or organize a show, I always like to invite a Chinese band.
Yes.
I always think it's important to mix cultures, right? I guess my only thing I'd say to a Chinese band is maybe you could stay and watch all the bands.
Bingo.
Right?
Yes.
Because usually you want to play first. Sure, you want to play first. usually they play, and then they bring the crowd, and then they play, and then they leave.
Yeah.
I say, aren't you gonna hang around for the rest of the bands?
If
go,
that happened,
oh no, I gotta work, or I.
What?
You know,
We don't.
yeah, I gotta work.
Yeah, you got family as well.
So I think the music scene, you know, is up and down.
If that happened in Canada or Australia,
No.
you wouldn't get gigs.
But even now too, we talk about YYT. You know, before I can get a Friday, Saturday, easy. These days,
Booked up.
I mean, I'm playing on the 30th of YYT is a Thursday, so I got to work on Friday. So to get people out, sometimes it's shout, hey, come on out. I'm playing last.
Yeah.
But you know, you do it because you want to play, right? But at the same time, getting Friday and Saturday has become a lot more difficult. For us. You and I and other bands. So I mean, I understand. I mean, COVID times killed them, and they need to make money. But it does kind of suck for bands like us who want to play for on the weekend and get our friends out. And have a good time. And so we take the Wednesday gigs and the Thursday gigs because we just want to play.
Yeah.
And then stop it the next day.
Yes.
We're not really stop. We're just like I'm older, so I get tired.
Yeah.
I'm not 20 anymore. So.
Yeah. Do you have any before you play a show?
It used to be a lot of Jägermeister. But then when I realized that, when I watched the video back and listened to myself singing, you don't sound good. So I stopped that. Usually it was a pint of Jäger.
Yeah, right.
Some Red Bull.
Yeah.
And then I realized, nope, you can't sing when you do that. You think you can, and you wonder why you go home and your voice is gone. So yeah, I stopped. I save the drinks for after.
Yeah.
As a vocalist, I'm always doing the vocal warm ups.
Yeah.
Out the back. Da, 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 da. I got my beats on and the app on my phone and just going up the scales.
Interesting.
Yeah. I notice a lot of people don't do that. Some people do different things.
I think that's very important.
I think, what happened was I was in a gig, one of the first Foo Fighters gigs on tour, and I sang the first 3-4 songs, and all of a sudden my voice was gone.
Oh, yeah, right.
I think, oh man. And then someone told me, yeah, do you warm your vocals up? Actually, no, I don't. Well, maybe you should. And here's an app you can use. It's called Vocal or something. You can put your voice type in whether your tenor or your, well, not soprano, but whatever, alto, whatever, you can put it in, and it gives you the scale, and you put it in your ear. So I do it before every gig. I go back some place in the back room where you just wail it. And people walk in, what are you doing? Why are you screaming? Nothing.
That's good.
Yeah.
Do you have any shows coming up?
Yeah, like I said, November 30th is at YYT, and then we'll try the Harrow's thing on the 2nd of December.
Oh, nice.
And then actually a big gig in December, Modern Skylab.
Nice.
Yeah, so we were invited.
How did you get that?
Got invited by, I think Siren is in on it.
Yeah?
So, I don't know if Siren, Steven told the organizers, so I got a text, hey, would you like to play?
Have you been there before?
Yeah, I've been many times.
Yeah.
It's a great place.
It's the biggest stage I've ever seen for such a small stage.
So that's on, I think, December 12th. We'll do that.
Nice.
So.
You're jamming them all in before your holiday.
Yeah, that's always the way. Actually, this time of year, November, December gets busy if you want to play lots.
Yeah.
There's always like lots of things going on, or lots of festivals, or not so much festivals, but just Christmas things.
Yeah.
Right. So you can get a lot of
all the events. Yeah.
Yeah. So when someone said texted me, "You want to play?" Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah. New Year's. I remember New Year's gigs in Canada were always. I didn't do them every other year, or every year, but once in a while I do one. It was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I can't remember doing one in Shanghai since I've been here, because we're always traveling.
Yeah.
Right. Or always with family or whatever, or in Thailand.
Chinese New Year. It's cold. Got to find somewhere warm.
Chinese New Year is cold. Yes, you're right. I mean, I'm glad we're going home for Christmas, but I prefer Shanghai Christmas time is quite good, actually.
Yeah.
You know, there's lots of, like I said, lots of things happening. Chinese New Year, it gets pretty dead.
Oh, yes.
And so that's the time that I'd say that for anyone new to China, I'd say that's the time you want to go somewhere else. Right?
Yes, there's a lot of people.
Maybe experience it one time as you get the fireworks. I mean, of course, there's not many fireworks as there used to be. Like when we first went to Dalian, the fireworks. My God, I thought it was World War III. Wow.
Yeah.
But I think I don't think they can do that anymore.
Must have restrictions. Yeah.
I think so.
People are stuck.
Yeah, the first few years in Dalian and the fireworks were like, wow, it's a war.
Yeah.
Right.
Are your kids involved with music as well?
Not so much anymore. I mean,
have they seen Daddy play?
Oh, of course, lots of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do they think?
I've took them to a Trash Panda show.
Oh yeah.
I was like, wow, Dad.
You go crazy.
Yeah. Well, not me. It's you're a singer, like Jack. You know, he took all his clothes off. Yeah, that's not my thing. But
yeah,
when they saw that, wow, that's Dad.
Did he ever ask you to do that, or was that just that?
No, I think we all have our own thing.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not my thing.
Yeah,
you know, but yeah, it was his thing. And the first time he did it, I went, oh, okay, he's playing his underwear. Even someone like Hog Choker as well. So, but hats off to them.
We were talking about who is currently the best frontman, original bands in Shanghai at the moment.
I'd say Simon's at the top. I would say Chachi is at the top with Round Eye.
Oh, yes.
Crazy frontman.
I like to give a shout out to Jason from Chimera Cult.
Yeah, he's good. I haven't seen them play in a long time. I know Jason.
I think they're coming back. Back next month. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a metal guy, but I do appreciate all the music. You know, top three would be those three, like Simon and Chachi and Jason.
Yeah.
Those would be my picks.
That's a good top three.
Yeah.
What would you say to someone wanting to learn music, wanting to get into a band? What would you say to a young kid that's starting off?
I would say
advice.
I would say just jam as much as you can.
Yeah.
Like when I was young, getting in the garage and just jamming, and I think you have to know some theory, I guess. But with today's technology, you can go on YouTube and you can. Everything's there for you. Like even because I'm a music teacher, and I asked some of my kids, okay, can you read the drum score? Well, no, I can't, Mr. Mosher. Like, well, why can't you? Oh, because I just go to YouTube. Right. So part of music at school is showing me how did you learn that? They have to have a journal, right? And I grade them on how well they investigate the music. How I did work on developing their own skills. So a lot of it's like, oh, I got a YouTube video here, and of course tabs for the guitar players. There's so much online now that some of the old school theory is getting over, right? No one knows how to read a note. Yeah, which is kind of a bit depression, I guess, in a sense.
It's changing.
With now you get all these AIs and stuff. And did you see that Beatles thing where they they brought John Lennon back?
It's a number one hit. That's number one.
Sing a song, made a video. So
something that they wrote 40 years ago.
Yeah, and it's amazing the technology. So I think kids today have the advantage of playing. But I think they need to jam.
Yes,
play together and just for fun.
Practice your instrument.
Yeah, practice your instrument.
And what would you say if you were able to talk to Colin when he was in Canada as a teenager? Oh. What advice would you give him?
Yeah, I would say to him is play your instrument more.
Right. Yeah,
because even now I see bass players and like, man, he plays circles around me, right? Because I was telling the guys tonight, the guy at the Pearl, I can't remember his name, he plays the bass. I have him on WeChat. Amazing bass player. Yeah. But that's all he does is bass every day. So
every day.
I guess if I was playing bass guitar in a band every day, that was my job, I think my skills would be better.
Like I said, I was there on Friday night. He was there an hour before the show, going through the set,
Yeah.
going through. He was just there backstage. He was just there by himself. Just
Trust me, man. If you ask my wife, I want so bad to get signed, playing in bands, or even like me. Oh yeah, I'm gonna move to China. I'm gonna get record deals and all this stuff. And, didn't happen.
yeah.
Right. So
Life goes on.
life goes on.
Yeah, go do the best you can.
Yeah, I think now the thing is just enjoy what you do.
Yeah,
Write songs, enjoy what we do. Whether it's covers, whether it's originals, just
have fun.
Get up and play, and enjoy yourself. Just it's about your passion.
Yeah, that's it.
I think if you're passionate about something, have fun with it.
And you can see it when you play.
Yeah. Whether like I said, whether you have, well, of course, having a huge audience is way better than having a few people. But
Yeah.
that, for me, that gets you off. It makes you.
I've noticed a few people may not know Doppler Drive, but they go, "Oh yeah, that's the guy that looks like Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters."
Yeah.
Do you get that a lot?
A lot.
Yeah?
Yeah, a lot. And
Does it bother you?
no, it was like I just say to people, I wish I just had his fame and his money.
Your bank account.
But I have long hair.
Yeah.
And I grew it and I have a beard. So,
Yeah.
but it's funny you say that because I went to that concert in Ottawa. I was going through the crowd. I get asked for so many pictures.
Yeah. Right.
Went through and oh my god, they thought it was him. I said obviously they see him there, and then they try to get me closer to the stage. They're trying to help me. But I had at least people stopping me for pictures, getting a beer shot.
Wow.
It was fun. Yeah. So that's it's good to have a tribute band when you look like the guy. Help sell it more, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe I just said to the guys tonight. I said, you know what? I might have to bring the Faux Fighter back in 2024. Do a few shows here or outside.
Japan.
Yeah.
Japan. I'd love it. You'll play one show there, and then I'll just go, come on.
So yeah, I think I'll look at it. Japan. I'll take your advice and maybe try that. See.
Do it.
Yeah.
Social medias, Colin. Where can we find you online and your bands?
Of course, you can go on Instagram. You can go on Spotify for the music. I don't know if people use Facebook or not. You can use Facebook.
And you got your WeChat.
The WeChat's always. I don't have an official account, but there's always a group. So
Your group chat.
Group chat. I have a lot of friends in Shanghai too, with the magazines here, like That's Shanghai.
Oh yeah, nice.
Time Out Shanghai. So sometimes you see something in there. Yeah. So I think just spread the word.
Yeah.
As much as you can. Luckily we have social media, right? So
definitely.
I'd say that any band is usually to your advantage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Colin. The last thing I always do is ask your top 2 or 3 favorite things of all time as of today.
Okay.
And it's a very hard question, but who are your top 3 favorite bands of all time as of today?
As of today, well, number 1 would have to be Foo Fighters. Number 2, I have to go Pearl Jam.
Love Pearl Jam.
Love Pearl Jam. And number 3, I think Nirvana will be still up there. Right.
If you had a choice of Nirvana or Foo Fighters, I'll tell you mine. Mine's Foo Fighters by a long way. I was never a fan of Nirvana.
I would say, Foo Fighters as well, because the songs are more deeper. But when I'm thinking 1991 when that song came out.
Oh,
Smells
of
Like
course,
Teen Spirit,
of course.
that just what
Changed
what
music.
Is this? What is
Changed
this?
music forever. Yeah.
So I had to stick with them.
Total respect for Nirvana, but I
see. I know what you're saying. I get you. Yeah.
Your top 2 or 3 favorite books.
Books. Ooh, Lord of the Rings kind of fan.
Oh yes.
Love all that Hobbit stuff and Lord of the Rings. Like every so often, I watch the whole series again.
Yes.
With my daughter who's 10, and she's not scared. A few years ago, Dad, do we have to watch that right now? My precious. But now she's okay. I think I can watch it now. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So I like those kind of books.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones books are also all that kind of fantasy kind of stuff. I love.
Top 2 or 3 favorite movies of all time.
But I'm also a big Star Wars fan.
Oh, come on.
I love Star Wars, the original Star Wars, and also you know, my dad and I are big Star Trek fans.
Ah,
So
interesting.
I'm a big sci-fi, fantasy. Yeah, I can't do that.
Last question. Who's your greatest inspiration / hero and why?
I think well, actually,
Can I guess?
no, actually, I'll say actually,
Yeah.
as far as I'd say my dad. Yeah, I'd say
Great.
my dad because he's the one that got me into music. He's the one that was always, hey, yeah, play, right? He's always, even today, I call him once a week, and he's always asking, you know, how's the music going? Any gigs? You know, because I think he misses it too, even though he's like 76, he still misses it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's always. I mean, it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have started playing music, right?
And with you being a dad as well.
Yeah, I mean, I have all girls,
Yeah.
so I have no son. But my oldest Ireland was playing drums, but for the longest time she was getting good. She bought her own drum set. I was like, yeah.
Nice.
As she grew up, she kind of lost interest. It gets
Oh.
busy with sports and stuff. So
Yeah.
I tried. Yeah, I still got a 10-year-old home.
Can't force them. Can't force
No,
them.
you
Just
can't
let
force it.
just
Just
let
say,
them.
if you want to play,
Yeah.
here's the drum set, right?
There it is.
So yeah, but I'd say my hero would be, in that respect, would be my dad.
It's great. Colin, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
You're just a nice guy. Every time I see you, you're always up for a chat and keep playing music and keep doing your Doppler Drive and yeah, let us know. We'll promote it.
Sounds good. Sounds wonderful.
What goes around comes around. Every day you let us down. Now we watch you fall from grace. Revenge is tasty, revenge is sweet. As you crawl out of feet, disappearing without a trace. What goes around comes around. Clock is ticking, winding down. Better find a place to hide. We've all played your game, pretending to praise your name, holding back down deep inside. It's time to slaughter. Lovely water. It's time to slaughter. Lovely water. What goes around comes around. I can't wait to watch you drown. The money captain in a sinking ship. Shocking just to hear your voice. Let's all sing and rejoice. I'm so sick of your ego trip. It's time to slaughter. Lovely water. It's time to slaughter. You lovely water. It's time to slaughter.